All right, everybody, let's get those passports out because today we're going to be diving into immigration English,
Ooh.
a topic that I know a lot of you get a little nervous about.
Yeah, for sure.
But we're going to be talking about how to really smoothly and confidently handle those immigration checkpoints.
Absolutely. And you know what? Even as someone who travels pretty frequently,
Yeah.
I still get a little nervous sometimes when I'm talking to an immigration officer.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a pop quiz that you didn't study for.
Right.
But the good news is that it's all about just clear communication
Mm.
and really understanding the process.
Yeah. It's like having that little cheat sheet
Yeah,
tucked away in your brain for when you need it
absolutely.
to have that conversation.
Yeah.
And the best part is our sources today give us that cheat sheet,
That's right.
all those tips and phrases to
Yeah.
help you really sail through immigration
Like a pro.
like a pro.
Yeah, and one of the things that I find that our sources talk about is that immigration officers themselves,
Yeah.
they kind of add to those nerves sometimes just by the way that they're trained.
Oh, totally.
They have to be very serious.
Mm-hmm.
They're maintaining that professional distance,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes that can feel intimidating.
I know I always think like, wait, did I do something wrong?
Right.
Why are they looking at me like that?
Exactly.
But it's really just them doing their job.
Absolutely.
They're making sure that everything is, safe and sound
Uh-huh.
and that everybody is following the rules.
Exactly.
So the key is to stay calm, cool, and collected
Yeah.
and answer those questions directly and clearly.
Like a friendly chat
Yeah.
with a purpose,
Yes, exactly.
not an interrogation.
Okay, so how do we ace this friendly chat?
Well,
Our sources highlight 5 key strategies
ooh, 5.
for a smooth encounter.
Love it.
And these are game changers.
Okay.
First up, be prepared.
Okay.
Like seriously prepared.
Right.
Have all of your documents organized and ready to go.
Yeah.
I mean, your passport,
Passport.
your visa, if you need one, that all-important return ticket,
Yes.
and any other paperwork that might support your reason for visiting.
Yeah, I have seen so many people fumbling through bags,
Oh, yeah.
trying to find that crucial document while the line behind them gets longer and longer.
The worst.
It just adds so much stress.
Yeah.
So organization is key.
You don't want to be that person
Nah.
holding up the line.
Nope.
So be prepared. Get everything organized.
Absolutely.
It shows that you are on top of things
Yes.
and that you're taking it seriously.
Exactly.
Tip number 2,
Okay.
speaking clearly and slowly.
Okay.
This is especially important. If you are not a native English speaker,
Uh-huh.
you're going to want to take your time.
Yeah.
Pronounce those words carefully.
Yes.
And make sure that that officer understands you perfectly.
And don't be afraid to ask them to repeat something if you didn't quite catch it the first time.
Right.
It's much better to be certain than to guess
Yeah.
and risk a misunderstanding.
Oh.
So a simple, could you repeat that, please?
Write that down, folks.
And yay.
Could you repeat that, please?
It works wonders.
It's a lifesaver.
Yes.
All right. Moving on to tip number 3.
Okay, number 3.
Keep your answers short and sweet.
Keep it concise.
Stick to the point.
Yes.
No need to over-explain
Oh.
or go off on tangents.
Yeah, imagine you're a detective
Oh.
and the immigration officer is asking you questions about a case.
Oh.
Just give them the essential facts,
Yeah.
clear and concise.
Bullet points.
Bullet points. That's
Yeah.
right. It helps keep things moving smoothly.
Love that analogy.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so we've got our documents.
Yeah.
We're speaking clearly. We're keeping it concise.
Yes.
What's next?
Politeness.
I think
It's tip number 4,
okay.
and it's all about showing respect.
Yes.
Address the officer as sir or ma'am.
Yes,
Those little gestures of courtesy go a long way.
they really do.
Yeah.
And finally, tip number 5.
Yeah.
This one might seem a little counterintuitive,
All right.
but trust us on this one.
Okay.
Avoid cracking jokes
Oh.
or trying to be overly friendly.
Ah.
I know you want to make a good impression,
Yeah.
but keep it professional.
I think of it like this. You're there to present yourself as a responsible traveler
Mm,
who understands the process,
right.
A friendly smile is great,
Yes,
but save the stand-up routine for another time.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so those 5 tips are gold,
Gold.
and they set the stage for a positive interaction.
Yes.
But what about the actual words we need to use?
That's where the real magic happens.
All right.
It's like having the right tools for the job.
Yes,
And our sources provide a fantastic toolkit
they do.
of essential phrases,
Let's hear it.
starting with greetings,
All right,
because first impressions matter.
they do.
So when you approach the officer, start with a simple, "Good morning, officer," or "Good afternoon, officer."
Good morning, officer. Good afternoon, officer.
Yes. It's polite, it's respectful, and it sets the tone for the entire interaction.
Exactly. And remember, follow their lead in terms of formality.
Yes.
If they say good morning, you say good morning.
Exactly.
And if they say hello, you can say hello.
Right.
But a simple yes, sir, or yes, ma'am shows that you're engaged and acknowledging their instructions.
Absolutely.
And don't forget to say thank you, officer.
Yes.
Gratitude goes a long way.
It really does.
Okay, so let's dive into some common questions that you're bound to hear.
All right, let's do it.
Brace yourselves.
Here we go.
Here comes the first one. What is the purpose of your visit?
Deep breaths, everyone. You got this.
Keep your answer clear and concise.
Yeah.
So things like, I'm here for tourism.
I'm visiting family.
I'm here for a business conference.
Yes. Straight to the point.
Just like we practiced.
Exactly.
But let's practice a little.
Okay.
Let's say you're going to visit your sister.
Okay.
How would you answer that question?
I would say, I'm here to visit my sister.
I'm here to visit my sister. Perfect.
Simple.
Now let's imagine you're traveling for a 2-week vacation.
All right.
What would you say if they ask, how long will you be staying?
I'll be staying for 2 weeks.
I'll be staying for 2 weeks.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
You're already a pro.
You got it.
But what about when they ask, where will you be staying?
Ooh, good one.
I always get a little flustered with this one.
Well, no need for nerves. Just have your hotel details ready.
Okay.
Or if you're staying with friends or family, have their address handy.
Okay.
So you could say something like, I'll be staying at the, and then the hotel name.
Right.
Or I'm staying with my friend at, and then give the address.
Perfect. And of course, they'll want to see that return ticket.
Of course, this is where that preparation we talked about comes in handy.
Yes.
So confidently state, yes, I have a return flight on,
Yeah.
and then give the date.
Yes, I have a return flight on, whatever the date is.
And have your ticket readily available.
Yes.
Just in case they want to take a quick glance at it. Now let's tackle another common one. Have you visited? And then they'll say the country name before.
Ooh, yeah. Honesty is key here.
Yeah.
So you can say, no, this is my first time.
No, this is my first time.
Or, yes, I visited last year, or whenever it was.
Yes, I visited last year.
Keep it simple and straightforward.
But what happens if they throw a curveball
Oh, curve dog.
and ask a question that you are not prepared for?
Uh-oh.
Or maybe they speak too fast?
Yeah.
Or you don't quite understand a word that they used?
Don't panic. It happens to the best of us.
Gee.
That's where those magical phrases for clarification come in.
Yes.
Remember, could you repeat that, please?
Could you repeat that, please?
We talked about that one.
It's like a secret weapon.
It is.
But what if you need them to slow down a bit?
Yeah. Then you can say, could you please speak more slowly?
Could you please speak more slowly?
That's your friend in that situation.
Oh.
Or if you're having trouble understanding a specific word, you can say, I'm sorry I don't understand. Could you please explain?
I'm sorry, I don't understand. Could you please explain?
Exactly.
These are such simple but powerful phrases.
They are.
It's all about showing that you're willing to cooperate and making sure there's a clear understanding.
Absolutely.
Now let's talk about some responses that can really demonstrate your preparedness.
Okay.
Love it. So for instance, when they ask to see your documents, what's the best way to present them?
Ooh, with a confident smile, you can say, here is my passport.
Here is my passport.
And if they need to see other travel documents like your visa, you can say, here are my travel documents.
Yeah, my travel documents.
Exactly.
What about confirming your accommodation arrangements?
Yeah.
How would you handle that?
You can simply say, I have my hotel reservation here.
I have my hotel reservation here.
And have it printed out or ready to go on your phone, just in case.
Yes, always good to have a backup.
Yes.
Now, let's say there are questions of whether you have enough money
Uh-huh.
to cover your expenses during your stay.
Okay.
How would you address that?
You can say, I have enough money for my stay.
I have enough money for my stay.
It's simple, it's direct, and it reassures them that you're financially prepared for your trip.
And finally, how can you reiterate your return date?
Yeah.
Just to emphasize that you'll be leaving the country after your visit.
You can say, I will return to my country on, and then give the date.
I will return to my country on whatever the date is.
Perfect.
We've covered so much ground already.
I know, right?
From understanding the role of the immigration officer
Yeah.
to mastering these essential phrases.
It's been a whirlwind of information.
It has.
But don't worry, we're just getting started.
Ooh.
We'll be back
Great.
to delve even deeper
Come on.
into this fascinating world of immigration English.
Stay tuned, because in the next part, we'll be tackling some even trickier scenarios.
Yes.
And we'll be practicing those power phrases even more.
Absolutely.
Don't go anywhere.
We'll be right back. All right, welcome back.
We're back.
We've been equipping you with all the tools to really tackle those immigration interactions head on. But now,
Yeah,
let's take it a step further.
let's do it.
What about those moments when things get a little more
Tricky.
complicated?
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you blank on a word, or the officer asks something a little unexpected.
Yeah, you just freeze up.
You're like a deer in headlights.
Totally.
Exactly. And while those power phrases that we've been practicing are fantastic, sometimes you need a different strategy.
Oh.
So, for instance, what happens if you're asked a question and you simply don't understand the word that they used?
Oh, that's a good one.
What do?
I think I would just freeze up. And
Don't panic.
Yeah.
Remember,
Yeah.
clear communication is the goal.
right,
So instead of pretending that you understand,
which I would probably do.
which a lot of people do, you can use phrases like, I'm sorry, I don't understand that word. Could you please rephrase the question?
I'm sorry, I don't understand that word. Could you please rephrase the question?
Got it.
You got it.
So be upfront about it.
Yes, and here's a pro tip.
Ooh, pro tip.
If you can try to use a synonym
Oh,
or a related word
okay.
to show them what you do understand.
Okay.
So, for example, if they ask about your occupation
Occupation.
and you're not familiar with that word,
Right.
you could say, I'm sorry, I don't understand occupation. Do you mean my job?
Well, that's a good one.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're demonstrating that you're engaged
Mm,
and you're actively trying to understand.
you're trying.
Now let's flip the script.
Ooh.
What if you need to use a word that you're
Yeah.
not sure how to say in English?
Mm-hmm.
What do?
That happens all the time.
It happens to all of us.
Yeah.
Well, don't let that stop you from expressing yourself.
How do you do that?
Well, think of it as a little word puzzle,
Oh, fun.
right?
Yeah.
You want to use simple language and common words to explain what you mean. Okay, so for example,
For instance, if you want to say you have a connecting flight,
the connecting flight.
but you don't know that phrase.
Right.
You could say, I have another flight after this one to get to my final destination.
That's a good one.
Right.
I like that.
So even if you don't know the exact word,
Yeah.
there's always a way to get your message across.
You can figure it out.
Be resourceful and use the vocabulary that you do know.
Usually what you got.
And remember, immigration officers encounter people from all over the world with varying levels of English proficiency.
Of course.
So they're used to working with people
Right.
to make sure that there's understanding.
They've seen it all.
They really have.
Okay, so we've talked about how to handle those situations where vocabulary becomes a barrier. But what about those times when you might need to explain something
Yeah.
a bit more complex,
Okay.
like a specific situation or document?
Oh, this is where those concise storytelling skills come in handy.
Oh, I like that.
Think of it like giving a brief to the point summary of the situation.
Right.
Just stick to the essential facts
Yeah.
and avoid unnecessary details.
No need to over-explain.
So, for example, if you're traveling for a conference and they ask about your accommodations,
Yeah.
you could say, I'm attending a conference at, and then give the conference name,
Uh-huh.
and the organizers have arranged accommodations for me.
And the organizers have arranged accommodations for me. Perfect.
Right. You've given them the key information without overwhelming them with details.
To the point.
To the point.
All right, I'm starting to feel like a real immigration English ninja.
I love it.
But there's one more thing that keeps popping up in our sources that I want to address.
Okay.
Nonverbal communication.
Oh, yes.
They emphasize that it's not just what you say, but how you say it
How you say it.
that matters.
Body language speaks volumes, even before you utter a word.
So what are some nonverbal cues
Ooh, good question.
that we should be mindful of during these interactions?
Well, maintaining good eye contact is crucial.
Eye contact.
Eye contact, it shows that you're engaged
Hmm.
and that you're being truthful.
Right.
And posture, standing or sitting up straight, projects confidence and respect.
Good posture.
Good posture avoids slouching or fidgeting,
Right.
as this can convey nervousness or disinterest.
You don't want to look like you're not paying attention.
Exactly.
So good posture, good eye contact.
And what about facial expressions?
Oh, facial expression. Yeah, no, I tend to get a worried look on my face
Oh, yeah.
when I'm nervous.
We all do.
Yeah.
Try to relax your face and maintain a neutral or slightly positive expression.
Oh, okay.
A genuine smile can go a long way, putting both you and the officer at ease.
So it's all about presenting yourself as calm, confident, and respectful,
Exactly.
both in your words and your actions.
I love to think of it this way. You're the lead character in your travel story, and you want to project an air of competence and composure.
Love it. All right.
So we've thrown a lot of information your way.
We have.
It's like a crash course
Yeah.
in mastering the art of immigration English.
It really is.
But don't worry.
Yeah.
We're here to help you break it down and make it stick.
Good.
Let's do a quick recap
Okay, let's recap.
of those 5 golden tips for a smooth encounter.
5 tips.
5 tips.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
Tip number 1.
Okay, number 1.
Be prepared. Be prepared.
Have those documents organized and ready to go.
Yes, absolutely.
No frantic searching through your bag allowed.
No, you don't want to hold up the line.
Nope. Being organized not only saves time,
Yeah.
but it also shows the officer that you're taking the process seriously.
Right, you're prepared.
You're on top of it.
You're a pro.
You're a pro.
All right, tip number 2.
Okay, tip number 2.
Speak clearly and slowly.
Speak clearly and slowly.
Enunciate those words like you're giving a speech.
Yes, project your voice.
Yeah.
Enunciate clearly.
And don't be afraid to ask for clarification if you need it.
Remember those magic phrases?
Yes.
Could you please repeat that?
Could you please repeat that?
And could you please speak more slowly?
Could you please speak more slowly?
They're your best friends in these situations.
They are lifesavers.
Tip number 3.
All right, tip number 3.
Keep it concise.
Keep it concise.
No need for elaborate explanations or unnecessary details.
Just the facts.
Just the facts, just like a good detective.
Bullet points.
Bullet points, exactly. The immigration officer wants specific information. Give it to them.
Okay.
Directly and clearly.
Yeah.
Tip number 4.
Number 4.
Politeness is paramount.
Politeness.
Sir and ma'am are your new go-to words.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
And don't forget those thank yous.
Yes.
Gratitude makes a world of difference.
It does.
It really sets a positive tone for the interaction.
Creates that positive vibe.
Exactly.
All right. And last but not least,
Okay, last one.
tip number 5.
Tip number 5.
Avoid jokes and keep it professional.
Yes.
This is not the time for stand-up comedy.
Not the time.
Your goal is to present yourself as a responsible and respectful traveler.
Absolutely. Remember, you want to project an air of competence and trustworthiness.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we've got our 5 tips down, Pat.
5 tips, we got them.
But what about those essential phrases?
Yes.
That'll help us navigate those common questions.
Well, let's dive into those power phrases once more.
Let's do it.
Starting with the classic, what is the purpose of your visit?
Yeah, that one.
Be ready to answer clearly and concisely. Like, I'm here for tourism, or I'm visiting family.
I'm here for tourism, or I'm visiting family.
And when they ask you, how long will you be staying?
How long will you be staying?
Have that answer ready to roll off your tongue.
Yeah.
I'll be staying for 2 weeks, or I'm planning to stay until whatever date it is.
I'll be staying for 2 weeks, or I'm planning to stay until whatever date it is.
I'm staying for 2 weeks, or I'm planning to stay until whatever date it is. And don't forget those accommodation details.
Yes.
You know, I'll be staying at the hotel name.
I'll be staying at the hotel.
Or I'm staying with my friend at, and then give the address.
I'm staying with my friend at, and then give the address. Perfect.
And of course, they will want to see that return ticket.
Of course.
So confidently state, yes, I have a return flight on,
Yeah.
and then give the date.
Yes, I have a return flight on, and then give the date.
And have that ticket handy.
Yes.
Just in case they want to take a look.
Okay.
Now remember, even if you feel those butterflies fluttering in your stomach, project confidence and maintain a respectful demeanor throughout the interaction.
Be cool, be calm, be collected.
Exactly.
We got this.
Think of it as a conversation, not an interrogation. You're there to provide information and show them that you've got everything under control.
You are the captain of your travel journey.
You've got this. And don't forget the power of nonverbal communication.
Yes.
Make eye contact, stand up straight, and let your facial expressions convey confidence and respect.
Confidence is key.
Confidence is key.
We're really hitting all the key points here.
We are.
Feeling so much more prepared already.
Me too. Me too. We're almost there.
Oh.
In the final part of our deep dive.
Ooh, what's coming up?
We'll be revisiting some crucial vocabulary terms.
Okay.
And leaving you with a powerful exercise.
Ooh, I got.
To solidify your newfound
Yes.
immigration English skills.
I'm ready.
So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
All right, we are back for the final part of our immigration English deep dive.
I feel like we've covered so much.
It's like we've unlocked the secret code
Yeah.
to a smooth immigration experience.
Absolutely. And now it's time to really solidify everything that we've learned.
Let's do it.
Remember, language learning is like building a muscle.
Okay.
The more you practice,
Yeah.
the stronger, more confident you'll become.
I like that.
Oh.
But before we send you off to practice those killer phrases
Yes.
in front of the mirror,
In the mirror.
let's do a quick review of some key vocabulary terms
Okay.
that we've been using that often pop up
Yes.
in these immigration interactions.
Vocabulary is so important.
It is.
It's like the building blocks of language.
Yes.
So having a solid understanding of these terms
Yes.
is essential for clear communication.
It really is.
All right, so first up we have immigration officer.
Immigration officer.
We've talked about them a lot, but let's give an official definition.
Okay, let's define it.
An immigration officer is a government official who works at airports, seaports, and border crossings.
Right.
And they are responsible for enforcing immigration laws and controlling who enters and exits the country.
So they're the ones who are checking your documents.
Yes.
Asking those questions.
Asking you questions.
Making sure you meet the requirement.
Absolutely.
Okay, so next up we have purpose of visit.
Purpose of visit.
This one seems pretty straightforward.
It does.
But it's crucial to be clear and accurate
Yeah.
when answering questions about it.
Right. Purpose of visit refers to the specific reason why you're traveling to a country.
Right.
So whether it's for tourism, visiting family, attending a business conference, or pursuing studies, make sure you can clearly and confidently state your purpose.
Yes. Know why you're there
Exactly.
and be able to say it.
Be able to say it.
Okay.
All right, moving on to return ticket.
Return ticket.
This is a document that is almost always required
Yeah.
for entry.
You got to have it.
You gotta have it. It proves that you have arrangements to leave the country after your visit,
You're not going to overstay.
and that you're not planning to overstay your welcome.
Exactly.
So always have that readily available.
Yes.
Either printed out or easily accessible on your phone.
Have a backup.
Have a backup.
Okay, good tip.
Next up, we have reservation.
Reservation.
This is a word that you'll hear a lot when you're talking about your accommodation plans.
Uh-huh.
So a reservation confirms your booking.
Right.
For a hotel, hostel, or other type of lodging, it's proof that you have a place to stay during your visit.
You're not going to be sleeping on the streets.
Right, and it just reassures that immigration officer that you've taken care of the basics.
You've got a plan.
You've got a plan.
Okay, now let's revisit those 2 lifesaver phrases that we've talked about.
I love these.
They could really help.
Yeah.
If you get stuck with communication.
When you need a little help.
A little help.
So first we have, could you repeat that?
Could you repeat that?
This phrase is like a magic wand that allows you to politely ask the immigration officer to repeat something if you didn't quite catch it.
Right.
The first time. Remember, it's always better to ask for clarification than to pretend you understood.
Don't be afraid to use it.
Don't be afraid.
Could you repeat that?
And lastly, we have, I don't understand.
I don't understand.
This is your go-to phrase when you are completely lost. When you just don't understand a word, a phrase, or a question, don't be shy about using it.
I don't understand.
And you can follow it up with a request to speak more slowly or to use simpler terms.
Good tip.
Because remember, immigration officers are used to working with people from all over the world.
Of course.
With diverse linguistic backgrounds.
They've heard it all.
They have heard it all.
Right, so we have armed you with the knowledge.
Yes.
The power phrases.
The tools.
The vocabulary.
You got it.
To ace those immigration interactions.
But here's the secret sauce.
What's the secret sauce?
Confidence is key.
Confidence.
Confidence.
I like it.
It comes from preparation and practice.
So before your next trip.
Yes.
Spend some time rehearsing those phrases.
Yeah.
Visualize a successful interaction.
Visualize it.
And just remind yourself, you got this.
You got this. You're a confident traveler.
Channel that inner traveler.
Yes.
The one who's excited to explore new horizons. And just let that confidence shine through.
Let it shine.
Because when you're confident,
it
makes the whole process so much smoother.
And remember, even if you encounter a few bumps along the way, don't let it discourage you. Every interaction is a learning opportunity.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, so embrace those challenges.
Yes.
And keep practicing.
And as always, we're here to support you on your language learning journey.
Absolutely.
Be sure to subscribe and like for more deep dives into fascinating topics and language tips.
More cheat sheets.
More cheat sheets.
For all those tricky situations.
That will help you navigate the world with confidence.
Happy travels and keep learning.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining the conversation here at Kaz English. We hope you found it fun and informative. Don't forget to check out kazapp.uk. That's kazapp.uk for more tips, resources, and interactive practice. Keep exploring, keep chatting, and we'll catch up with you again soon.